comment, and we'll open it up for questions.
We need to get better. We need to have a good week. We need to address the areas of concern. We need to go out and work on those things, and we need to put in a great week and go play an HBU team that's hungry, that's improving, that's looking to break through. And if we're not careful, they'll break through against us. Questions? Well, on the defensive side, we got to do a much better job maintaining gaps in the run game. We allowed Central Arkansas to do some things to us, mainly due to the fact that we just didn't play well at the point of attack, and we allowed small runs become big runs. Then we continue to have busted assignments and getting receivers behind us. That's coaching and playing. I got to do a better job with that. It's something that's happened every week. It's unacceptable. We can't win allowing teams to just run untouched, unchecked down the field for big plays. That's got to be coached, and we got to do a better job with that. Offensively, we have got to hit plays in the passing game to keep off our running game. I think our running game is doing a very good job. We're consistently running the ball on people, but as we go along, the better we do running the ball, the more they're going to load up and challenge us to throw the football, and so we have to be more productive in our passing game. We understand where the areas are. We have to do a great job of coaching these young men this week, and they have to do a great job of preparing. We need to see improvement. I don't think we have improved the last 3 weeks at the rate that we need to.
What's the status of Reggie?
I think he'll be fine. He's just sore. It's the initial play, I thought it was his knee, but it's his ankle, which was good news. And Reggie's a tough person. I think he'll be ready to go by Saturday.
On that same note, Mike Andy goes out. Before the game, we noticed Rodney on crutches. What's that?
Rodney was a freak thing, a funny step in practice. It's his foot. It's day to day, but obviously you could tell that it was a lot more serious and more painful than I had hoped that it would be. We'll just see when he can handle it. When the swelling goes down and the soreness is not unbearable, he'll play. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have him for this week. Michael Handy, there's about 4 things. I don't know. I haven't seen him today or got an update on his status, but I'd say out of everybody I talked about, he's the one the farthest away.
You talked about many things and many areas of concern you need to fix before Saturday's game with Houston Baptist. What's the number one thing?
Run defense. We've allowed teams to run the ball on us the last month. This is not just a one-day thing, a one-game thing. We must shore up our run defense.
Seems like Houston Baptist is a program now where you guys were a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see from them in terms of relations to where you guys were?
Well, you look at their depth chart, you see a lot of sophomores, freshmen on it. You see a senior here or there that's a transfer. That's all they can have that are seniors at this point, or either junior college players or transfers. And you're right, they're where we were. I do see this. I see a tremendous improvement over last year when you turn on the film, and they're getting closer, and their units are playing better together, and they've gotten very close in conference play. They played Southeastern very tough this past week, and they have to be encouraged with that game. A very good Southeastern football team to play them that close, and they're looking at us as an opportunity for them to get their first conference win this year, and we're going to have to understand that. They're where we were, and I remember how hungry we were, and we did win 2 conference ball games the first year we were in the league, and that's what they want to do.
I was going to say, you handled them pretty good last 2 years. I mean, there's a big danger that our guys stroll
You're right.
and say, hey, we got this game won.
You're right, and you have to understand when you're starting a program how young you are, but how much you improve from year. You see much more improvement in a startup program from year to year, just based on experience. And they're a much improved football team from last year. And I don't know if our older players will realize that or not. Are they better? If not, it'll be a long game for us.
Maybe the mental status, psychological, after two back-to-back disappointing outings, try to get him back on track this week.
Well, we're down. We're disappointed. We're frustrated. It's nobody's fault but us. We haven't done a good job the last 2 weeks of coaching or playing, in my opinion. We have to do a better job of preparing the players to play, and they have to play better. It's a little bit of both. And I challenge first and foremost myself, and then our coaching staff, and then our players. We must all do a better job.
Coach Morgan, running backs coach, special teams, it seems like those have been two areas that have been real strengths for you this year. What does he kind of offer as a coach?
Well, he's kept Cade healthy. It's made him a better coach. He's done a very good job with our special teams, and it's a very difficult job. It's one that a lot of coaches don't want. And we've played some very good return men here lately. And even though they've gotten the ball out, we haven't had the breaks for touchdowns. And the better players you play, Northwestern guy, he returned the ball out to the 35 and to the 40 one time, and we hadn't had that all year. Well, look what he did this past week against McNeese. Ran one back for a touchdown. He's just a good player, and I think overall, if you look at the three areas of our team, the special teams is by far the most improved area, and it needed to be. We weren't where we needed to be. I think he's done a fantastic job with our special teams.
Talking about special teams, I noticed Cade back on a couple kickoff return teams. Is that something you want with him, or are you going to try to work somebody out this week with the injured Andy?
Oh, Rodney got hurt late in the week, and we didn't have an opportunity to rep a lot of guys live, and we looked at who we thought would be our most dependable guy to put back there with not a lot of reps, and that's Cade. Cade is over the long haul has played with a lot less reps at the running back position. He's not a high rep guy, and we knew he'd do a dependable, accountable job. So that was more out of necessity than anything else. And he did an adequate job.
Going back to Coach Morgan for a second, he's your youngest assistant on staff too, right?
I would say, I'm not positive on that. I know who the oldest guys are. It's me and Coach
How
McGallion.
much does that help the fact that he's a little more age sensitive, these 18, 19-year-old guys?
I think the younger you are, that is something you bring to the table. You don't have near the generation gap that you have between, say, someone my age coaching teenagers, and the fact that he was a kicker, and he brings that mentality. You know, I have a defensive lineman mentality to football. He has a kicker's mentality, and he probably doesn't appreciate defensive line play as much as, and I don't appreciate a kicker and a punter as much because of our backgrounds. But he's coaching a position he's very familiar with, and that really helps.
What's the reason why last 2 weeks they get behind big deficits? I mean, that makes it hard to catch up, right?
Not playing well enough early on either side. Offensively, not sustaining drives and converting on third downs and going down the field and scoring. And defensively, giving up plays and putting ourselves in a hole. We have not played well early on either side, and then we kind of get going later on, and it's a concern. Our approach. We haven't done anything differently than we've done early, and we got out to some good starts. Then right in the middle of that, we played really well against Abilene Christian here early. So, but we're looking at what we can do to try to remedy that. I told them today in the meeting, I said it'd be nice to look up at the end of the first quarter and we're not down double digits. That's happened the last 2 weeks, and that's made it very difficult on everybody. And it's very easy to say we have to do a better job on both sides.
Even though you guys are 3-4-2 in conference right now, you got to feel when you look at what Stephen F. did last year making the playoffs, that you guys were not, you still have an outside chance of making the playoffs.
Well, really right now, that's way down the road. Right now, we're trying to do what we can do to beat HBU. We don't need to really look past that, because right now, the things I said we got to address is what we're going to concern ourselves with, and then we'll see. But right now, it's about getting better as a football team, and putting in a really good week and going out and playing much better than we did this past week.
But can you at least use that for the guys and at least help them motivate them?
Well, yeah, but like I said, that's something maybe we can use in a week or two. Right now, I'm not wanting to look past this week. I'm not really wanting to talk about. I mean, it's crazy to talk about the playoffs the way we've played the last 2 weeks. Right now, we got to talk about improving. In my mind. What you want? Oh, okay. Thought maybe you was going to ask a question.
And final comments about the quarterback situation. I mean, how's Joe? With 5 interceptions. I mean, his hands still.
Joe had a rough night. Joe had a rough night, and that's on us. And Joe will be the first to tell you he didn't perform as well as he'd wanted to. We got to do a better job of coaching him and putting him in positions to have success. And we got to do a better job of everybody around him as well. We didn't lose the game because of Joe. Poor quarterback play was a part of it, but it's only a very small part. And Joe will get better. He'll improve. As far as you asked about the rest of it,
Carson, yeah,
I don't know. I got to see where he is. He's just not able to play yet. And if you would have, you'd been seeing him in there like we did early in the year with both of them, but he has just not been able to play.